During last week's final meeting of the Select Committee on the Starlink petition, members of the committee put forward their 6-point list of recommendations. These include a request to reduce the current VSAT licence fee of £5,400 a year to a provisional fee of £180 a year on or by the 1st of February 2025. The news has been well received by members of the community, particularly the organisers of the Starlink petition.
The recommendation that FIG reduce the fee from £5,400 to a nominal fee of £15 a month, and are looking to do that within 4 months, is a fantastic achievement. I'm delighted that the committee have agreed with us that the existing legislation is no longer fit for purpose for the Falkland Islands. That is something that we are looking for them to address. We're also looking forward to seeing the process as the recommendations from the committee move forward to the Legislative Assembly.
I think it was really good that all 8 MLAs spoke very strongly in favour of the recommendations from the committee. I think that's testament to the strength of feeling, testament to the strength of feeling in the community as well. At the end of the day, we have been elected to represent the people of the Falklands, and I think we take note of what people feel on these issues. The next step is that the statement that we made at the end, the findings from the Select Committee, get taken to the Legislative Assembly at the end of this month, where they'll be announced, agreed by the members, and then they are forwarded on to the government for further action. Nothing is solid until the government, and the government being a paper then goes to EXCO makes policy, and then they push that through the Legislative Assembly. So there is nothing that is certain until it has gone through that process.
And I think another thing, obviously separate to the Select Committee but still around this whole subject, is the announcement of the new consultants that are going to be looking into everything. Who are they, how are they chosen, and when will that work begin and end? Right,
well, Cambridge MC were chosen, I think, through the Director of Central Services. They put a tender out, and they had a group of people interviewing potential people. Chris Gare, who's been involved from the outside on telecoms but has a great deal of knowledge on telecommunications, was involved in the selection of Cambridge MC. So we would hope that we've got a decent firm to do a review of where we need to take telecoms in the future.
I've been involved, and I'm very pleased to be asked to be involved with Becky Clark's team here in selecting the consultancy going forward, and I found that a very pleasing aspect. There was a high number of companies wanted to sort of come in, and Becky's team did a superb job in prioritising them and going through them, and I sort of came in independently, and I looked at them. We went through a subset of oral interviews, and I completely agreed with the team's work in terms of the prioritisation and what they were looking for in the qualities of the consultancy. So I had no issues at all with the choices that they made, and I think Cambridge MC is going to be an excellent company in this. I think it's going to be great fun and interest and involvement over this next few months. And of course then there's a challenge of what happens at the end of the license, and I think there's lots of options here of going forward. The main thing is that you need to have a very cost-effective network. Your consumers' money goes into the network, not offshore, and something that's going to be reliable and is an investment for the future, for many decades.